I want to speak to you today about something we all struggle with at times: trust. Life is full of uncertainties. Maybe you're facing financial struggles, battling an illness, feeling betrayed by someone you trusted, or carrying a burden no one else sees. I want to encourage you today. No matter what you are facing, you can place your complete trust in God, because He is the only one who never fails. Let me share 4 arguments on why trusting in God is the wise thing to do. 1. Human trust is unreliable, but God's trust is secure. Many of us have experienced the pain of broken trust. Perhaps a close friend betrayed you, a loved one let you down, or you lost something you worked hard for. It hurts. Jesus understands this pain because He Himself was betrayed by Judas, denied by Peter, and abandoned by His disciples in His darkest hour. Psalm 118:8 says, "It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in humans." This doesn't mean we should stop loving or caring for others, but it reminds us that only God is truly reliable. People change, circumstances shift, but God remains faithful. Jesus assures us in Matthew 28:20, "Surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." 2. God is our safe place. When life feels uncertain, God offers us refuge. Have you ever felt like everything around you was crumbling? Like no matter what you do, things don't seem to work out? David felt this way many times, yet he wrote in Psalm 62:6-7 says, "Truly He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be shaken. My salvation and my honor depend on God. He is my mighty rock, my refuge." These words weren't written by someone who never struggled. David faced betrayal, loss, and danger, but through it all, he learned that God alone was his safe place. 3. Trusting God in the storms of life. Trusting God does not mean we will never face trials. Maybe right now you're in a season of uncertainty. You're praying, but the answers seem delayed. You're waiting for healing, restoration, or a breakthrough, but it feels like nothing is changing. I want you to know that God sees you. He hears your cries. He knows your pain, and He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Isaiah 26:3 reminds us, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." When we choose to trust God, we exchange our anxiety for His peace. It doesn't mean all our problems disappear instantly, but we no longer carry them alone. 4. Learning to trust God more. Trusting God is not always easy, especially when we've been hurt or disappointed. But here are some ways to build deeper trust in Him. Remember His past faithfulness. Think back to times when God came through for you before. If He did it once, He will do it again. Spend time in His Word. Romans 10:17 says, "Faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the Word about Christ." The more we know God's promises, the easier it becomes to trust Him. Be honest in prayer. You don't have to pretend you have it all together. Pour out your heart to God. He welcomes your questions, your fears, and even your doubts. Surround yourself with faith-filled believers. Sometimes when our faith is weak, we need others to remind us of God's goodness. Beloved, if you are feeling weary, anxious, or uncertain about the future, let me remind you today, you can trust God. People may fail, money may run out, health may decline, and circumstances may change, but God remains the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8. Hold on to the promise of Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. God sees you. He loves you, and He is faithful. Place your trust in Him today, and He will never let you down. May the Lord strengthen your heart and fill you with His peace as you rest in His unfailing love. Amen.